everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's episode, which is wow, so many receipts, so many screenshots, so many leaked videos. I mean, the girls are talking, the people are fighting, everyone is gagging. So, before we dive into lies being debunked, conspiracy theories being confirmed, be sure to go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. So, with that, let's dive right on in. So, the first lie from Monica Garcia that has been debunked is this. So she has been spreading the narrative that Tenesha started and ran the account Reality Von Teese. Now, the reason why this has been debunked is because number one, Tenesha took accountability for her part in the group chat. So Tanisha's not denying knowledge of the page. She's not denying involvement in the group chat of laughing, kikiing, supporting, egging her on, but she has been very steadfast that she did not ever physically post on the account. She did not open and run the account, and that it was not her account that she was a part of. Now, all of the screenshots, all of the receipts confirm this. But what legally confirms this, or at least really puts it into perspective, is that back in March of 2021, this was right during the time when Reality Von Teese was leaking the videos about Jen Shah yelling and cussing out her fashion designer at the time, Koa Johnson. Now, when that happened, there were multiple people around. There was a lot around because Jen had like a team of assistants, a glam squad, all of this stuff. Tenesha was not present for that. But there was only three specific people that Jen Shah sent a cease and desist to. As you can see on the screen, the people that was sent the cease and desist was Koa Johnson, Monica Fowler, aka Monica Garcia, and a woman by the name of Savannah Gonzalez, who I think was like another assistant. Tenesha Lockett is not named in the cease and desist. Now, it was unclear if Jen knew exactly who posted it, but she narrowed it down to these three people being behind the account and it being leaked. I'm pretty sure that Jen and her legal team would have named Tenesha Lockett if Tenesha had any connection to the actual account itself. Actually posting to the account and running it is very different than having knowledge of the account. And basically, Tenesha has come out and said, I had knowledge of it. I was privy to it. I didn't stop it. I engaged in laughing about it and egging them on in support of my friend, but I wasn't the one posting in the day to day, and I didn't take any content to post, right? So this pretty much substantiates what Tenesha said, and that Monica was lying about that. Later on, I have another conspiracy theory about Monica and Tenesha and all of this stuff. But that's point number one. Okay. This one continued Monica's lie. Tenesha started and ran the account. Another reason why this is debunked. Let me move my thing to make sure you guys can see it. Okay. So on the left-hand side, this is a screenshot. Monica is saying, unfollow the page and removed us as a follower. F face stanky B. I'm blocking her. Koa says, I'm still on. Just let it go. It'll be less drama for us to evade any confrontation. Then Tenesha says, agreed. Just drop it from the Von Teese side and just ask her directly for your money, LOL. So again, this confirms what Tenesha said about supporting the friend but not running the account. Then Monica says, that's why I don't want to post anymore from Von Teese. Tenesha says, don't do it then. No need to keep it going. Does that sound like someone who's running the account? Does that sound like someone who is ahead of the account? If it was Tenesha who was ahead of the account the entire time, why would she be urging Monica to stop posting? And just like Tenesha said before, she realized, why don't you just ask Jen directly for your money? And the reason why Tenesha started to distance herself from Monica was because Tenesha started to elevate. Heather was like, oh, why don't you come and do my hair? She was making more money. She started to elevate. And anytime you're within a friend group or any type of social circle and a person starts to elevate out of it, whether it's through leveling up money or financially or whatever it is, and Tenesha was like, I was reading more books, I was on my A game, the more she realized, I don't want to be a part of this toxicity. She's like, I have to look out for me, my money, and my child. And I'm not about to jeopardize my reputation and my bag because Monica and Koa want to complain about Jen all day. Does that sound like somebody who created this account? Does that sound like somebody who was actually even benefiting from the account? I don't think so. I don't think so. But let's keep going. Okay. Now, as we all know, one of the most explosive videos that has leaked has been Monica Garcia and her mom, which everything the mom says and everything that Monica says pretty much proves a lot of the theories and perspectives that we've had on their dynamic and also Monica's true intention. So let's first watch the video, listen carefully to what they're actually saying, and then we will break down why it really debunks a lot of her lies and really exposes her for who she truly is, okay? Here we go.
Did was unite those 4 assholes. That's the only thing that you did. How can you forget that your job is to get on air time, to get into as many scenes as possible? You gotta play nice. I know you don't like her. I know you got beef with her, but you're an actress. You gotta pretend like all is right in the world. It's a job. It's a show. It's a reality show that you worked hard to get on.
You left me completely in the fucking water with these bitches. You took Angie's side. I was not a disaster. I was not an embarrassment.
You were in someone's home yelling and dropping S.
So was everyone else. Go yell at them. Go yell at Heather. Go yell at Lisa.
No one else was.
Yes, they were. You should have been listening harder then, I guess. You should have been listening harder. She started it.
This is a job.
Don't come over here and start this shit with me.
Don't make it personal.
You don't understand? Go talk to Lori because you're a fucking mess. And you fucked it up yesterday. She's the head person. You should know who she is.
Okay.
You are insane. You looked like a crazy person. Just so you know.
Don't do that.
I took the day off.
Super
I
classy.
took the day off from
I
work.
fell down the fucking stairs. And all you could...
That's on you. Wow. Nobody pushed you down the stairs. I took...
Wow! Get out of my house!
The
Get the fuck out of my house! Get the fuck out of my house! I fell down the stairs and you're like, that's on you? That's on
right.
you? You're
That's on
disgusting.
you.
You're
That's on
disgusting.
you.
You are disgusting. Okay. Bye. Bye. Thank you for coming over with this toxic shit. Thank you.
Fucking balls.
Take the fucking balls. You are so gross. Your kid falls down the stairs and you say that's on me? You are so gross.
You should
You
not.
are so gross.
You shouldn't have run away.
Run away? I was leaving. You were in my
You
face.
shouldn't have run
being
away.
disgusting in front of all those
being
people.
disgusting.
I was being disgusting.
You
Angie
being
started that
disgusting.
shit. Angie started
You
it.
put a kibosh on.
You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing.
You don't know what you're doing.
Okay.
You don't know what
Okay,
you're doing.
bye. You came over
And you abandoned me.
I abandoned you? I abandoned you.
I took the day
Are
off
you
from
fucking
work
serious right
on
now?
the last day of the month.
Are you fucking
To do this for
serious
you.
right now?
I had to drive home in a shit box.
A shit box? You should be grateful they paid for your ride. How about thank you for giving me a free ride home?
Oh, thank you. I took the day off from work to do that.
I did say that. And then you
no, you
fucking...
didn't.
Yes, I did. Mom,
you didn't.
stop. Stop. The fact that you are the
Day of
victim
the
right
month.
now...
I'm not saying I'm the victim.
You are acting like the victim.
Well, you're
you
yelling.
said...
Don't
You
yell at
said,
me.
I'm in my house.
down.
I'm in my house.
Take it down.
You don't want to be yelled at? Then
Take it
leave.
down.
I don't have to.
Take it down.
I don't have to.
vision.
You have
You lost sight of the job.
Oh my God.
You lost sight. You got out of control.
And that's why Lori said my shit was the best of everyone that night, and everyone else dropped the fucking ball.
You were the hottest mess. That makes you the best.
Yeah.
That's what you
get
want.
the assignment.
That's what you want.
Get the assignment.
You
were disgusting. You looked like an awful mother. You didn't even fucking care I fell down the stairs.
No,
All you
I
wanted.
didn't.
Wow. Okay, get out. Get out. Dead ass. Get out of my house. Nana is waiting. She's very upset. Thanks.
And your boobs hanging out were disgusting.
Okay.
You did.
So that's the real Monica, you guys. That's the quote unquote princess icon everyone is saying. I don't think so. Did you also notice in the video, to be honest with you, the saddest part of that video, if you caught it, Monica's children were so unfazed. Like her eldest daughter walked by like it was like no big deal. Her little daughter in the little red jacket was just like walking around like it's no big deal. To me, that shows you how desensitized these children are to verbal and emotional violence and abuse. They were unfazed by it. If this was happening in my house, I would lose my crap because I would be like, oh my God, what is going on? This is crazy, because it's not normal. It is so normalized in that household. To me, that was the saddest thing, because honestly, the only victims are the children in this. Like, TV aside, reality aside, Kiki aside, I feel bad for her kids, okay? Now, let's look at what that debunked. All right, so number 2, Monica's lie. We only opened the account to show how horrible of a boss in person Jen Shah was. Well, that video completely debunked it. I also have another video that got leaked today that we're going to watch too. So keep in mind both of those videos when we go through this. It's debunked. So although I think that was part of the reason why, sure, she opened the account, but it's obvious that the real reason why Monica, Koa, and Savannah opened the account was for fame. All of them was chasing money, chasing a bag, all of that. Just like Monica's mom said, this is a show. You are an actress. You lost sight of that, and then Monica's like, that's the assignment, blah, 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 blah. Monica did not open Reality Von Tease out of the kindness of her heart. She did it because she wanted to be famous. She's also a hypocrite. The leaked video showing Monica screaming, yelling, and cussing her mother out, kicking her out, and verbally attacking her. Yet, she claims to care so much about Jen Shah yelling at her employees. The two can't track. How are you so self-righteous and you want to, expose Jen and, you want to take her down because she's so mean and she yells at her assistants? How dare she? And then you go home and you treat your own mother like this. Make that make sense. Nobody who's like true intention to expose evil people would do this, except for the people who are hypocrites and the people who are lying about their true intentions. So you want to start an account because Jen Shah is yelling at your friend Koa, but this is how you treat your mother? Girl, bye. Girl, bye. It was also debunked because Tenesha confirmed that Monica DM'd Jen as a fan and then became her assistant. So she literally sought this person out, targeted. But yet you want to say that you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart to expose her. Stop lying. We're on to you. Okay. Monica's lie number 3. My mother is toxic and abandoned me. Again, we just watched the leaked video. Now, do I think that Monica and her mother have an unhealthy dynamic and relationship? Yes. But do I think that her mother is this toxic, evil monster who abandoned her? No. What I actually saw in that video was a mom who was supporting her child and what her child wanted. She was talking to her calmly and she was saying, listen, I know you don't like these chicks, but I'm trying to tell you how to move on this show. Because to be honest with you, the mom was right. If Monica had stayed within pocket, I don't think these women would have had their antennas up. It's the fact that Monica was getting so out of pocket, so blatantly telling these rumors, cussing people out, throwing shoes, falling downstairs, being verbally aggressive, is why they were like, what's up with Monica? If Monica had actually played it the way her mother was telling her to, I think Monica could have done still done a quote great job, whatever you want to call that. Me, I don't think this evilness is great, but it is whatever. I think she still could have been on the show and made an impact. And I don't think at least this season she would have been exposed as reality Von Tease. I don't think it would have came out if she actually did what her mother said. Her mother was like, listen, I know you don't like these chicks, but you got to put it together. You got to pretend you're an actress. This is a show. Get in as many scenes as you can be in, but don't go crazy and be out of the pocket because you're putting the wrong type of attention on yourself. And people always think, oh, we have to be crazy. This is the assignment. All the people who is doing what Monica did or something like that have either been canceled, put on pause, or fired. I'm looking at you, Lisa Rinna. I'm looking at you, Portia. I'm looking at you, Dorinda. I'm looking at you, you know what I'm saying? Like all the people at some point who go this crazy and cuckoo doodle doo, they get canceled or put on pause at some point. Will Bravo and NBC use you until the threshold is so much that they no longer can use you? Yeah, but then they're going to toss you out because this performative stuff only lasts for so long. She should have listened to her mother. Her mother was like, I took the day off of work to support you. I was there. And she stranded her mother at the Easter dinner? Girl. But then you want to come up here and act like you're the victim and your mom is this horrible, selfish person. Your mom didn't say, I want to be on the show. Your mom didn't say, I want to be the star. Your mom didn't say any of that. She said, I took the day off to come and support you. You went crazy. What are you like? To me, the mom was being a mom. No person is perfect. Do I think her mom has issues? Yeah, but I think everybody has issues because we're human beings. So that's clearly been debunked. And I don't care how toxic your mother is, the way she spoke to her mother is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And then to film it and allegedly send it to someone, I think, to be honest with you, I think Monica leaked this video herself. And I'll tell you why I think that. I think she leaked it herself because she thought it was going to have a different effect. She leaked the video, and then right after the video was leaked, like literally right after, she comes out with this post being like, this is my karma. I sent this to my best friend who I thought we were like sisters. Our children were together, basically lying and saying Tenesha leaked this. I don't think for 1 second Tenesha leaked this video. Tenesha doesn't come across like that. Tanisha's just like, I'm cooking eggs for my child. Like, I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? And that's a direct quote from a live she did last night on TikTok with this other channel. I think she leaked it herself and then she wants to blame Tenesha so then she can be the victim. Oh, this is my karma. Oh, this is what I did. I apologize to my mom. I never meant for this to be public. I can't believe it. Because people with this type of I'm not a doctor, I don't diagnose, but I'm just assuming people who have these type of inclinations will do anything in order to put themselves back in the victim position. So then everybody will be like, see, she's a victim too. She's taking accountability. She's apologizing. Tanisha's so horrible. Excuse me. And another thing about that is not always, but I'm so shocked at how people are coming so hard against Tenesha. I'm like, I'm confused. How is Tenesha a bad person for being honest with Heather about what Monica, and she included herself, was doing, but yet these same people want to act like Monica is a queen and an icon for quote exposing Jen Shah. You can't have it both ways. You can't say Tanisha's horrible for exposing Monica, but then say Monica is a queen and an icon for exposing Jen. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. It just really doesn't. Okay, now let's see our next one. All right. Now, this was our conspiracy theory. If you are OG Candy Canes, you've heard this. If you're new Candy Canes, I'll tell you what it was. So we had the conspiracy theory that the beginning of the end for Monica was during the Greek Easter party, because everyone was like, well, when did Heather start to doubt Monica? Why did Monica turn against her mother? And I always said it was the Greek Easter party. I said whatever happened behind the scenes that did not air was way worse than what we saw. And whatever happened made all of the women look at Monica differently, especially Heather. And that was the moment that Monica knew she had to throw her mother under the bus in order to save herself. Instead of taking accountability, like her mother said, and say, listen, I went crazy. I was cussing at your house. I was doing this, that, and the third. I apologize. I take accountability for that. She turned it around and made up this whole cockamamie story about her mother abandoning her and being toxic and being abusive and all of this other stuff in order to justify her own behavior. So instead of taking accountability and apologizing for her behavior, she justified it by villainizing her mother. And that was also the moment where all the women were like, what's up with Monica? Because the mother told it in the video. She said, all you did was indict those 4 a-holes. Right? And then it also confirms that was the reason Monica turned on her, for damage control. Because the mom was speaking truth and Monica knew it. That's why she got so angry. The mom was like, you united the girls. You were going nuts. You were going crazy. You looked ridiculous, all of this stuff. And that's why Monica got so triggered and was so angry at her mom. And she goes, you abandoned me with those women, because she knew she messed up. She knew whatever went down at that Easter party was a big misstep. And to be honest with you, I really think if she had not shown herself, if her mask didn't slip at that party, she would have continued to con those women for the rest of the season. If she would have played it the way her mother told her to play it. Because her mom was right. From a strategic standpoint, her mom was 100% correct. Monica could have came out like the new girl, the newbie, slaying it, relatable, spilling the tea, but all this stuff. She could have done her diabolical plan and nobody would have been the wiser. She really could have, but she got in her own way. Similar to what happened with Scandival. Obviously, these are 2 totally different situations. But what I mean by that is, it's like how everyone said, if Rachel had not been hooking up with Tom Sandoval, the edit she got on the show, it was her season. Rachel was being edited and looked at. It was her season. She had left, what's his name? She left toxic James Kennedy. She was coming into her own. She was doing her birthday party. She was, giving it to Lala. She was coming across as like, the new princess of Vanderpump Rules. She got a really great edit. The only reason why she got taken down was because what she was doing in the dark got exposed. But if it hadn't gotten exposed, she would have come out smelling like roses in her edit. Same thing with Monica. If she hadn't shown her true self at that Easter party, her edit would have been like, she's the new girl, she's coming out, she's giving it to the girls, all of this, right? Crazy. Whew. So let's move on to our next one. Okay, number 5. We had the conspiracy theory that Monica had a personal vendetta against Angie K. And she was purposely exposing her family, her marriage, and her financial secrets, and used Meredith as a pawn for cover, to cover up the fact that it was really her exposing these things about Angie. Because remember I said, everything that's coming out about Angie on the show has come directly out of Monica's mouth. Meredith never actually said anything about Angie specifically. Just, oh, well, let's not talk about the husbands, or there's rumors. Very general, things that they all say, I got dirt on you, there's the receipts, blah, 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 blah. But the actual specific rumors, owing the IRS monies, being in the Greek mafia, her husband is sleeping with men and cheating on her, she's doing this, that, and the dirt, their money is fraudulent, their businesses or whatever, blah, 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 blah. all of that information, the only reason why we know it is because Monica said it. But then she flipped it to make it like it was all coming from Meredith, which we all know now is a lie. This conspiracy was confirmed again in that video because her mom said specifically, I know you have beef with her. And in that context, they were talking about Angie because they were talking about Angie started it. It was at Angie's house. And her mom says, I know you have beef with her. That's why you got to really listen to what people say. So she did, for whatever reason, have a personal vendetta against Angie, which explains now why she kept low-key going after Angie every single episode, but acting like it was Meredith. That's why Meredith was like, I don't know what you're talking about. What DMs? You know, Meredith was even trying to shut down the conversations. And Monica kept going and going and going. And then she took the rumor, she took it to Heather, she took it to Lisa, she spread it all around. And that is being so two-faced. Because yet Monica played dumb, she pretended to be Andy's friend, and she blamed it all on Meredith. But at the end of the day, the DMs, the rumors were all from her because, like I said, she did have a personal vendetta against Angie. Her mom said it. Her mom in the video said, I know you have a beef with her. And this makes it personal because the mom did not say, I know you have a beef with them. I know you don't. At some point, she's like, I know you don't like those bees or whatever. But in this particular context, when they're talking about Angie, she said her. When I'm talking to somebody and we're talking about somebody specifically, I'm going to say, I know you have a beef with her. But now it makes sense. Because we were like, why is Monica going after Angie K? Is it for Jen Shaw? Is it for somebody else? No, it was for whatever reason Monica had. And you know, another thing that I don't believe, there's a lot of theories that Jen Shaw was feeding Monica all of the women's secrets and all of this stuff, and it was coming from Jen. That doesn't make sense to me, just to me, in my personal opinion. It doesn't make sense. If Jen Shaw was feeding Monica all of this information about the women, why did she send Monica a cease and desist? Why was Monica's Reality Von T's channel in the beginning talking mostly about Jen, and then it branched out to the other women as well, talking stuff about them and trying to bring them down? I don't think that Monica got her information from Jen Shaw at all. That doesn't make any sense. If Jen was using Monica to spread that stuff, why would she send her a cease and desist? So that doesn't track for me. I think that Monica was getting her information, one, by being the plant as the assistant, and then by, you know, Koa and Savannah and other people and people DMing and sending stuff and them doing their own sleuthing and also making stuff up too, you know? And it will come out because don't forget, I have another audio of leaked audio footage from Monica where she talks about this stuff. So there's that. Okay. Number 6, conspiracy theory. So people are on the fence on this one. I personally believe the Bravo producers who said that they were also conned, that they did not know Monica was Reality Von Teese. I personally believe them. Number one, they have a source, or they went on the record in Entertainment Tonight saying that the casting team and producers were unaware of Monica's association with the Instagram account and that they had no knowledge of the account when she was cast. I don't think that they would have a quote source or have anybody go on record, you know, in the media if they really did, because that could open them up to legal liability, right? So for one, just from like a legal standpoint, I think that if they did know about her, they would say nothing. They don't have to come out and say anything. They really don't have to. They didn't come out about Diana Jenkins. They didn't say we did know or we did not know about Diana Jenkins' allegations, and that was crazy what her allegations were. They never came out and said we knew or did not know about Jen Shaw's fraud. We did know or we did not know about Brooks faking cancer. We did not know, or we from the OC, not Salt Lake City. You know, we did not or we did not know about Teresa's defrauding the government. No, they've never come out with a statement. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have to. So the fact that they did, to me, seems like they didn't know. Also, just as a viewer watching the show, in the confessionals, in the beginning, before Monica loses the weight, because at the end, the last 2 episodes, she looks different in the confessional, so you know that they were filmed different. The way that they're asking questions and bringing these up doesn't seem like they know, if that makes sense. I just don't, and also, like, I don't think that they would be this sloppy to hire her. I really don't. I mean, maybe I'm giving them too much credit. Maybe I'm not giving them enough credit. I think they've done some shady stuff. I think that they have, faked storylines and produced things, but I don't think they knew. I think that they were just as shocked as Heather was. And Tanisha even said this. Tanisha did about an hour live on this channel called Hosea, something like that. Shout out to that creator. And she said, I don't think production knew until Heather knew. And I believe that, because even if you watch the scenes, the camera people and the people who are sort of, when they break the fourth wall, their energy and the way they're looking at it is shook. They're not even reacting. When you look at the people, like, go back and watch the finale, because they break the fourth wall and they show everything. Their energy is shook. Their energy isn't like, oh, we knew this was coming, our plan worked out perfectly. No. And another reason why I don't think the producers knew is because the way she got exposed wasn't produced by their producers. The way she got exposed was through Heather's sleuthing. Heather was the one who was like, something doesn't feel right here. The other ladies wasn't rocking with Monica, but she was the one who had her spidey senses up. She was the one who went to Tenesha. And then when she's at the Bermuda thing, because Tenesha told Monica about her being reality Vantees before she went to Bermuda, because Heather felt something was wrong. And I'm going to get into why I think Heather went to Tenesha, the real reason why. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But she goes to Tenesha about it, and Tanisha's like, okay, fine, I got to come clean. And she tells her everything that happens. But then Heather doesn't just believe her word. She goes, send me the receipts. So then Tenesha starts sending her screenshots and audio and video and like all the receipts. And then Heather reaches out to Meta. As we know, Meta is Facebook. As we all know, Facebook owns Instagram. As we all know, Reality Vantees was an Instagram account. She contacts Meta saying, hey, listen, all of this stuff is going on. Can you look into this for me? When she's on the phone with the people from Meta, and they are confirming who the account belongs to. And that's why she flips out, because that's when she says, I got the confirmation today. Because it doesn't make sense if she's talking to Tenesha. Why would she get the confirmation from Tenesha on the phone call while she's in Bermuda and Tenesha is in Salt Lake City doing hair? That doesn't make any sense. She took the information that Tenesha gave her before they went on their Bermuda trip. And this came from Tenesha herself. The content creator is Hosea's World TV Media. Shout out to him. He did a great job. Go support him. Watch the full video. This is what Tenesha says. She says she told her before Bermuda, because Tenesha doesn't travel with Heather. So she didn't go to Bermuda. And the person she's on the phone with is the people from Meta. And we've seen this happen multiple times. Remember it with Botgate in Beverly Hills. Remember when Diana Jenkins was like, I'm going to crack the case on the bots and figure out the people's IP. And she was suing Meta to get the information and all that stuff. And then she was suing she didn't sue Meta. I think she subpoenaed them for their information because she was going to sue anonymous bots. So this isn't unheard of. Also, a lot of the housewives will reach out to YouTube, they'll reach out to Instagram, they'll reach out to Facebook on different accounts talking about them, either trying to get them flagged or demonetized or figure out who they are or taken off. We've seen this with people in New Jersey. We've seen it with the Beverly Hills people. So this is not uncommon for the reality stars to have contacts at the social media people. So that's who Heather's talking to. And she's like, I can't believe it's her. I can't believe she would do this to us. And that's why Heather says to the women, I got the confirmation today. Something was confirmed today. And everybody, all those producers, look just as shook as she does. I think production have done shady things. I think that they have sort of guided storylines and protected certain people 100%, but I don't think they knew about Monica. Another reason why I don't think they knew about Monica is because Monica is the type of person that when she got exposed, or even after, like on her social media, she's doing the most. Why isn't she saying, well, production knew? Don't be mad at me. I was doing my job. They knew. Monica has not come out and said production knew. The only thing Monica has come out and said was there was other people running the account, blah, blah, blah. Why wouldn't she just say, well, you guys can't be mad at me. Production knew I was just doing my job. They already knew, right? So that's why I don't think production actually knew, because that would just squash the entire conversation. If production knew, then you know what? Then Monica, we owe you an apology, because if production knew and they cast you and you did your job and they knew who you were, then it is what it is. Then it is what it is. But she has not said that. But production has gone on record through a source that they did not know. So that's why I don't think they knew. That's why. Okay, let's move on. Okay. Now, let me see. Let me see 1 second. Okay. Now, this is a good time to play the other leaked video, because this is going to go into what I was saying earlier and the whole lie about why she started the Jinshaw troll account to expose her for being a bad person and all that. I don't think so, boo-boo. So let's listen to this. And shout out to Real Andy at Beverly Hills. I snatched this audio from his account, so go give him a follow, show him some support. He's amazing. So shout out to him. Just wanted to send him some love. Okay, here we go.
Girl, I know. That's exactly why I called her a snake. Like, you dumb bitch. Like, low-key, I want to DM Mary from, like, a burner account. She probably wouldn't ever see it. And just be like, bitch, I could do it from Reality Von Teese. Okay? But anyway, because, she'd be watching that shit. And she would open our messages. And just be like, just so you know, Julian, one of our followers fucking said that she said everything. Just so you fucking know. Bitch, that girl is a fucking dirty rat. She's a rat. One of these types of things. Bravo will not touch you again with a 10-foot pole. And that's exactly what I was saying. I'm not trying to ruin my credibility or name or future like that. Bitch, what happens if fucking Lisa Barlow or Meredith Marks somehow, we don't know, okay, we got in with Jen, we would never be able to do that again. Because, like, look, at the end of the day, my goal is to be a star, bitch. Kind of joking, but also kind of serious. Like, I don't want to ruin my chances for ever being on a Bravo show. Hello. No! You guys, I think I might drive up to Park City because the movers are coming today. What do you guys think? Should I do it to record for, like, BTS Reality Von Teese footage?
Does that sound like somebody whose intentions were pure? Or does that sound like somebody who told on themselves, I want to be famous, I want to be a star? And she even said, I don't know if she said infiltrated or something. She was like, we infiltrated Jen, we got into Jen, I don't know if we can do that again. You really got to pay attention to what people say. That right there confirms she did target Jen Shah, just like Tenesha said. She targeted her. You don't say we infiltrated, we got in with this person, we don't know if we can do it again. My gut says, again, it's my opinion, but my gut says Monica and Koa and whoever this Savannah person is wanted to be famous in my Kanye West voice. I made that famous. They wanted fame. All of this was about them getting a certain lifestyle, becoming famous, and money. And this is the thing. I don't care about that. I think that's fine. If you want to be famous, if you want to have a lifestyle, if you want to get a bag, go at it. I truly believe anything you want in this world, you go out and you snatch it. You go out and you get it. However, the way in which you go about it matters. That is my issue with Monica. Not that she wants to be famous, not that she wants to be on a Bravo show, not that she wants to have a luxurious life. It's the way she went about it. You see what I'm saying? It's the conniving, it's the lying, it's the deception, it's the she's a fraud herself. It's the lying on people, it's the sociopathness of it all. There's no problem with wanting to be famous. There's no problem with wanting money. There's no problem with wanting a better lifestyle. But don't get on this show and play in our faces, lie on people and do all of this stuff, play the victim, and act like you did this out the kindness of your heart, exposing Jin Shah, when the truth was you targeted this woman, infiltrated her life, took private photos and videos of her in order to, quote, take her down so you could take her spot. That is what you did. And you're not a truth teller. You're not a straight shooter. You're not any of those things. You're a liar and you're a fraud and you're weird and you're psycho, in my personal assessment and opinion. Because the thing is, she didn't need to do all of that to be on the show. And I'll tell you why she didn't need to do all that to be on the show. Look at Gina on The Real Housewives of OC. Same energy, except for Gina isn't as dark as Monica. Doesn't have a lot of money. And I'm not shaming. I'm not money shaming at all. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the reality of the premise of the show. The Real Housewives, behind the white gate, all of that stuff. That's what I mean. I'm obviously not shaming anybody's financial status. I don't want that karma coming back in my life. So trust me, I'm not shaming anybody. But look at Gina on the OC. She's a divorced mom, co-parenting with her children, dating somebody new, had to downsize in her casita, and she's on the show. She has a spot. She's been on the show for years. Look at Leah McSweeney in New York. Single woman, co-parenting, raising her children. Doesn't have as much money as the other women living in her apartment in New York. She was on the show. Was on the show for a couple of seasons. Even got asked to be on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Look at Bethany Frankel. When she started on the Real Housewives, she had no money. She was the single one. And look at her now. So it's not about the fact that Monica doesn't have the lifestyle or the money as the other women do. And to be honest with you, I kind of question about her money because it seems like she doesn't really have a job and her husband / ex-husband subsidize her life, which to me is fine, as he should. He should, pay for his children and all of that stuff. That's fine. But she lies about everything. I wonder if this whole I don't have any money thing is also a lie. Who knows? Who knows? She doesn't have any money, but she's driving a Range Rover. Doesn't have any money, but yet is fine and doesn't have a job. Whatever. I guess she had some baby company, but who knows? Who knows? I think she stopped. Whatever. Who knows? But you get what I'm saying. She didn't have to do all of that to get on the show. She didn't have to stalk Jen, stalk the other ladies, set up a Finsta account, infiltrate people's lives, then lie to production, because I don't think production knew, because if production knew, she would have been told it. Andy Cohen clearly did not know. Clearly. It's obvious Andy didn't know. Andy's not a good actor. And at the reunion, you can tell he had no idea. Andy clearly did not know. So she didn't have to do all of that. She still could have been on the show. She still could have had the fame and the money without doing all this weird maniacal stuff. There are so many housewives who are in very similar situations as Monica who are on the show. Brandi Glanville was another one. Divorced, co-parenting her children, didn't have as much money as the other women. A lot of housewives are in the same exact boat, but they don't do this stuff. And there's a difference between shady and, reading people and going at it and this, that, and the third. That's one thing. But what this chick did was directly against the other women before she was even on the show. That's a different type of level of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It's not like Robin looking for receipts on Chris, Candace's husband, because they're on the show and they're in the thick of it. This is literally a swim fan, stalker person online doing all of this and then trying to infiltrate their group. And the level of jealousy and hatred and vitriol that she has for these women who she doesn't even know like that is also very scary and very alarming. I don't know why Bravo, who knows what they're going to do? I have no idea. But why would Bravo bring back a woman whose own mother said, all you did was unite these 4 a-holes? I know you have a beef with her. I know I didn't abandon you with these bees. It's the level, and then everything she just said in the leaked audio, it's the level of vitriol and hate that she has for these women who she doesn't even really know. That is what is alarming. And then you expect these women to film with her after this? That's a dangerous and scary situation to put people in. I thought The Housewives was about women coming together who have interesting stories and dynamic friendships. It's always been about, we got to get the friendship group together. We got to bring the friendship group back together. We can't have the division. You know what I mean? Why would you bring back a woman who speaks like this about other castmates? You see what I'm saying? That's why this is scary. And I'm honestly, I should have been asleep last night, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was on TikTok. There is this one account and they were going live talking about it, and Koa was on it. Koa Johnson was on it. Andy was on it. Not our Andy. Andy, who is Monica's makeup artist, a different Andy. Shout out to the real Andy at Beverly Hills. We love him. Not our Andy. It was Andy from Monica's makeup artist was on it. And then Tenesha was on it too. I should have been asleep, but my little butt was in bed, just all in the business. And why did I bring that up? Anyway, so I was watching that and I was floored by the people who were like, go Monica, team Monica. She didn't do anything that bad. I'm like, do they not understand the true implications of what her and her friends did and what it really means for what they did? This isn't funny. This is really a ticky boom. Something's really wrong here. And if I was one of the housewives, I wouldn't want to film with her. I would not feel safe. If I heard anybody speaking about, this is the thing, not just Monica, but Monica and her own mother. If I heard someone and their mother speak on me and my life the way Monica and her mother were speaking about me, why would I ever want to work with that person? And don't forget, this is a job. Just like the mom said, it's a show. You're an actress, pretend. It's at the end of the day, it's still a job. That's why they're getting all these lawsuits. It's still a job, meaning the employer has the duty to protect their employees. That's why they keep getting sued for these toxic work environments. That's why they keep getting sued for this stuff. Because if I go and I'm working at Walmart and my employer hires somebody who knows that they said all this about me, and then something pops off, I'm going to sue my employer, because why would you put me, your employee, in that dangerous situation? It's not just, oh, I don't like her. This is a different type of level. Infiltrating yourself in people's houses, being around people's children, taking videos of them without their consent and posting it online, calling them the B word and the a-hole and doing all this stuff. This is different. If anybody was doing this in quote real life, this is a restraining order. This is harassment. This would be a case. That's why Tenesha went to the police and filed a report against Monica. You know, like, you really got to look at this in the bigger picture. I think sometimes we get caught up in like, oh, it's a reality TV show, real life. At the end of the day, NBC Universal is hiring these people. It's a workplace. It's a workplace. And what workplace would allow this to happen knowing that they know it? That's another reason why I don't think the producers knew. Because again, let's say I'm going to go get a job at Walmart, right? I want to go work for Walmart social media. I want to be Walmart social media manager, okay, for Walmart. And I don't put it on my resume that I secretly have a Instagram page dedicated to exposing how horrible Walmart is. Walmart is horrible. Mass production. They don't pay their employees. You know, how do they manufacture this stuff? It's so cheap. You know, child labor. Walmart is horrible. They exploit their employees. Do you think Walmart is going to hire me to work from them if I have an account dedicated to exposing and taking them down? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, now let's move on to my new conspiracy theory. I think that Tenesha was always going to be Monica's fall guy. I think that Monica always knew that she was going to blame everything on Tenesha if she ever got exposed. And I'm going to tell you why I think this. I don't even think Tenesha caught on to this. But I'm going to tell you why. Again, shout out to Josea's World TV Media. Go watch, go follow. This was from the exclusive interview he did with her. Tenesha said in her interview that Monica was telling the other women that Tenesha was talking and spreading lies and rumors about them. This was during filming, so we don't see it actually on camera because we obviously only see Tenesha at the end in the finale when everything pops off. So this is truly behind the scenes because remember, Tenesha is a hairstylist. She's glam. She isn't actually a part of the show. We saw Andy on the show. Andy is the guy when they're in Bermuda because Andy does Whitney's makeup and he does Monica's makeup. So remember they're in Bermuda and Monica's about to get her makeup done and then Heather comes in. Not Heather, I'm sorry. Whitney comes in and Whitney's like, I need to get my makeup done first. That makeup artist, that's Andy. Okay. Tenesha does their hair. She's not really a part of the show itself. So we don't see any of this go down. Tenesha said in this interview, and I personally believe Tenesha. She comes across very believable. She doesn't want to be on the show. She's not clout chasing or any of that. She's like, listen, I feel really bad about the part I played. This is my account. She took 100% accountability. She told the truth about the part that she played. She was very, very remorseful. And she wasn't over the top and trying to bring anybody down. She wasn't trying to she didn't add anything in or try to add fuel to the fire. She was just like, listen, this is my truth. This is the part I played and I feel really bad, but this is what it is. To me, she came across very credible, very, very credible. And she was talking about how once Monica got on the show, Monica didn't even tell her she got on the show. She found out from Heather because Monica and Tenesha had some type of friendship falling out. I don't know why they fell out. Tenesha did not disclose it. She said she didn't want to share the reason why, but she said they had some sort of falling out. They stopped being friends, whatever the case was. Then Tenesha said that the ladies, i.e. like Heather and Meredith and Lisa and Whitney and all them, would then kind of come to her and be like, hey, did you say this? Because Monica's saying you're saying blah, 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 blah. And Tenesha would have to clean it up and explain herself and be like, no, I never said that, or I don't know where that's coming from, or no, this is what happened. And so in my mind, I'm like, and I don't think Tenesha understood exactly what was happening to her. It's what Monica was trying to do to Meredith, planting the seeds to point in the direction that if it comes out that she was involved in this, I already have the fall guy because I already planted all of these seeds. Oh, Tenesha said this. Tenesha said that. Did you hear what Tenesha said? Well, Tenesha told me. This is coming from Tenesha. I think she already knew that if it ever were to come out, that was going to be the fall guy. That's why at the dinner, she was so quick with it. She goes, "It wasn't me. It was Tenesha. It was Tenesha." So she was too quick with that response. She was too quick with that because we've already seen the way she does it. Meredith even said it. She was like, "No, Monica was the one who, at the flight from Palm Springs, was telling me all this stuff about Angie and everything else. She was the one who planted those seeds. That's why when I got the DMs, she was the one who I called." And remember, she said that after she got lunch with Monica, they went walking. And she was talking about like, oh, like this area used to be like with the Greek mafia. That's how it was built. And Monica was like, "Do you think Angie's a part of the Greek mafia?" Like Angie was, or Monica was the one who planted it. Do you see? And then remember how all the women were thinking that it was Meredith who was doing it? I think Monica already knew before Tenesha even said a word to Heather. She was already planting the seeds of doubt, of speculation, of reasonable deniability. "Oh, it wasn't me. I was just, she used me. I thought she was my friend. She played me like a pawn." Isn't that what she said Meredith did to her? That Meredith was using her. That's what she was doing. She was setting up Tenesha to be the fall guy from jump. Because otherwise, why would she say that to the other women? Why would she be so pressed to talk to the other women about Tenesha, who is Heather's hairstylist and who is her old friend? Why would she be so pressed to plant those seeds with the other women to the point where the other women were going to Tenesha and asking her what's up? This also is why Tenesha said in the live that when Heather approached Tenesha, what Heather said to her was, "Are you conspiring with Monica?" It was either in cahoots or conspiring, something like that. Some meaning, but it was like, "Are you conspiring with her?" And the reason why Heather asked her, and if you don't believe me, go watch the video. This is what Tenesha herself said. I'm just paraphrasing, so if you don't want to spend an hour watching it, you don't have to. But this is what Tenesha said. This isn't me making stuff up. That Heather came to her and said, "Are you conspiring with her? Are you in cahoots with her? Just let me know. Is there anything I need to be aware of when we go to Bermuda? Is she going to spring anything on us?" And to me, the reason why Heather would say, "Are you conspiring with her?" is because Monica had already planted so many seeds. The only reason why I'm going to ask somebody, "Are you conspiring with someone?" is if there was already doubt in my mind, or there is already suspicion in my mind that this person is conspiring in the first place. If not, I'm going to say, "Do you know what Monica is up to?" I'm not going to say, "Are you conspiring with her?" You see what I'm saying? She had already planted that. Tenesha was going to be her fall guy from jump. She wasn't going to throw her little buddy Koa under the bus. I don't know what the hell happened to Savannah Gonzalez. Who knows? So she had to throw Tenesha, her ex-friend, under the bus. Tenesha also said that Monica was so mad, and this is another thing that people like her do, was so mad that Tenesha wouldn't betray Heather. Like, she wouldn't give her her address. She wouldn't talk bad about Heather. She was writing for Heather, and she was pissed that Tenesha was doing Heather's hair. So you're mad that your so-called best friend has a good job doing Heather's hair in a healthy environment. You're so mad at her about it, but yet you stayed with Jen Shah and you're on the show. So you're on the show with all of these women who your mother called a-holes, who you and your mother called the B word. You're on this show with all these women who you can't stand, but yet you have a problem with Tenesha getting a bag to support her family. Because Tenesha said she loved Heather, she was writing for Heather, and that Heather treated her and her children like gold. And I believe it. I think Heather really is a good person. I do think that Heather treated Tenesha and her children very well, because Heather has a good heart. She does. Whether you like her or not on the show, who cares? I personally do like her now. She's grown on me a lot. She's a good person. She's a good person. She has some issues with codependency, whatever. Who cares? We all have a little bit of that in us. She's a good person. And I believe Tenesha because what she is saying is how people actually operate. Tenesha was like, listen, I got a good job. I'm getting paid on time. People are treating me with respect. I'm not about to jeopardize all of this because you want to blog and tweet about Jen Shah. That makes sense to me. What mother is going to jeopardize her bag that she uses to take care of her children over Monica and Koa complaining about Jen Shah yelling at them over a designer dress? You see what I'm saying? Like, that to me makes the most sense. And Tenesha was like, no, Heather's really great. She treats me and my children really well. You know, we have a good time together. And then from getting the gig with Heather, she's gotten other gigs in Utah. Go to her Instagram page. I think it's Tenesha Styles or something like that. Like, that's the handle because she does hairstyling. Go to her Instagram page. She worked with Gabrielle Union. She's worked with other people. She's doing great. She was just like, I don't want to be on the show. This isn't clout from me. And I'm not going to jeopardize my bag and my family for Monica. That makes the most sense to me because that's how human beings operate. You see? So, it is what it is. So I believe Tenesha. I really do. She came with receipts and she also came with humility. And that to me is what gave her the most credibility. She was very humble. She was like, I messed up. I was in it. She even said, I don't know what spell Monica had me under and all this other stuff. She was very humble. She was very humble and she took all the accountability and she was honest about the role she did play. That gave her credibility to me. Okay.